I woke up in a field. Nothing particularly special about it, but there were woods behind me, grass ahead, and a distant mountain range to my left. I was completely naked. It was a warm day out, at least. The grass was scratchy against my skin, so I got up quickly and brushed myself off. The goddess hadn't lied about letting me keep my body. I'd worked out a lot while I was locked up, but I'd also eaten ramen every night for years at a time, so I could generously be described as looking like an athlete in the off-season. The very off-season. Maybe retired. Even if I'd been in much better shape, I still needed clothes, not to mention food and shelter. And water. That was a big one. Steve from Maincraft may not have ever needed to drink anything other than potions and the occasional bucket of milk, but I was already thirsty. As I took in the environment, the gleam of reflected light alerted me to something out of place. The sun's rays had found a block of black glass. Dirt and overhanging grass partially obscured the obsidian block, its edge raised about an inch out of the soil. Within the obsidian, something glowed, faint light, a barely discernible core, but enough to highlight the lettering carved into the stone. You are not alone. That was nice of someone. At the very least, I was not the first person to be transported into this world. It left open the question of how long this stone had been here and whether whoever had left it was still around. Its corners and edges had been worn by time. That wasn't a good sign. Had there been a larger monument once, and this was all that was left? Did the person or group who had left the marker monitor this place or have some way of knowing when there was a new arrival? I didn't want to lose track of this point, and there was a lone tree nearby that would serve as a general marker. But I wasn't going to just sit around and wait on the off chance that there was a friendly hero in the area who would come to pick me up. The sun was just over the mountains, which meant they were due east or due west, depending on whether I'd woken up in the morning or the afternoon. I tried to use it to mark my direction as I moved forward into the fields. I felt like I was walking for a long time. The landscape wasn't fantastical. It could have been any temperate region on Earth. All the plants looked familiar, grasses and shrubs and scattered trees. The floral looked healthy and vibrant, so at least I hadn't transmigrated into the middle of winter. I came upon a thin stream and squatted beside it to cup some water in my hands and have a drink. It was shallow, but clear, and it tasted better than a lot of the tap water I'd had over the years, so that was something. If I was going to get sick from drinking foreign water, I might as well get it over with. Isekai stories were also game-lit stories, at least in anime, and Mitsu had brought up the subject of video games herself, so I checked for signs of a system. Menu, I said. Options. Status. Access log? I tried a few more phrases, all to no effect, and had a good look around. Most of the grass was short, but there were patches here and there that were knee-high. Not that I wanted to try making pants out of grass, just the thought of the ensuing chafe made me shudder. But the first thing I always did in Maincraft was smack a few pieces of grass around to collect seeds and then use those seeds to cut down trees. You don't need to do that. You can chop down trees with your hands, but I liked the aesthetic. Maincraft was an odd game. I walked over to the grass, took a deep breath, and grabbed a handful. Still scratchy, still grass, and when I pulled it up, all I had to show for it was a few measly stalks. This didn't seem like a superpower at all. Mitsu? Goddess? Any help here? There was no response.